Welcome back everyone, Jake here. Today's video we have to talk about the HIMARS weapon system because it's currently doing a lot of damage to the Russian forces on the battlefield, and this is the American-made M142 HIMARS rocket system. The memes online so far have been pretty good. This is the jealous girlfriend where everyone on the internet 2 months ago was talking about NLAWs and Javelin missiles and what they're doing to Russian armor. But this week, everyone is talking about the HIMARS weapon system. If you're not familiar with it, here's a pretty good news clip that sums it up. It's about 1 minute long. Let's watch it together.
The U.S. Defense Department says Ukraine is a few weeks away from rolling out a weapon that could make a difference in the country's battle against Russia. The High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, or HIMARS, is the lighter-weight version of the Multiple Launch Rocket System, MLRS. The United States first developed the M142 HIMARS in the late 1990s. It's mounted on a truck and can launch multiple precision-guided rockets at the same time. The system can carry a launcher that holds 6 rockets, and it can be reloaded within minutes, with a rate of fire of 1, 2, 4, or 6. Targets can be digitally entered into the control system. The normal HIMARS has rockets that can fly as far as 300 kilometers, but the artillery the U.S. is sending to Ukraine will only travel up to 77 kilometers. That limit is designed to keep the rockets from going over the border into Russian territory. Compare that to Ukraine's current howitzer artillery systems, which have a range of 24 kilometers, and they require more than double the crew to operate them. HIMARS keeps Ukrainian forces triple that distance away from Russian soldiers, outside the range of their artillery systems. Plus, the vehicle carrying the launches can travel at more than 80 kilometers per hour. It's yet another advantage the Ukrainians say they need as they try to defend their territory, with this grinding war now past the 100-day mark.
So this news clip was from June 3rd. This was over a month ago. The training period in which Ukrainian soldiers had to be trained on this weapon system was 3 weeks, maybe then another week to get the equipment over there. But Ukraine immediately put these HIMARS to pretty good use. Ukraine uses Western weapons to take out nearly a dozen Russian ammo depots. This is the article, this is the news that is getting everyone pretty excited this week. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has praised the impact of weapons supplied by Western countries, as data from this month shows Ukrainian forces have successfully hit a number of Russian ammunition depots with the help of these weapons. Between June 28th and July 6th, there were 11 Russian ammunition depots that had been destroyed, according to this tweet from Nexta. And as soon as you hit a depot, usually there are either Russians or Ukrainians in the local area who immediately take out their smartphone and then start recording the damage. So this is pretty convenient for the Ukrainian military. They just fire the rockets and then drive away and then hop on social media to see what the damage was. So here's a map showing the 11 ammo depots that have been confirmed destroyed. There are also reports that this number might actually be much higher, closer to 20. And you can see just from this map that it's all over the place, outside of Kherson, Melitopol, the Donbas region, and even Kharkiv. So if the range of these HIMARS systems is about 70 kilometers, then they probably had one outside of Kherson, outside of Zaporozhye, outside of the Donbas region, and outside of Kharkiv. So they deliberately spread them out, once again, to make it probably more difficult for the Russians to find them. If you want to see what the damage looks like, here's an ammo depot. This is in the Luhansk region that was hit in the middle of the night, and somebody took a pretty decent video of the damage.
Пусть не знаю, спят спокойно. Их даже слышно не должно. Слышишь? такая прям волна идет со дна, аж сдувает. Серьезно.
Если были у нас закрытые окна, не факт, что у нас бы их не было. Я считаю,
So what you're seeing is secondary explosions after the munitions depot was hit for the first time. So there are lots of rounds continuously going off in the flames. These are munitions that won't be used now on Ukrainian forces and Ukrainian cities. Here's a tweet from Noah Smith, and this is what he has to say. The basic story of the Ukraine war over the last month is that Russia retreated to places where it could supply its artillery by railroad instead of truck. Russia's been having a lot of difficulty with their trucks. And then the US gave Ukraine HIMARS that could reach Russia's rail supply depots. So when we look at these depots, most of them are farther than 20 miles, 20 kilometers from the front lines to get out of the range of traditional artillery. But these HIMARS can reach all of these depots. They can reach all of these command posts. So the Russian trains, the Russian rail network, it's not very stealthy or covert. So there are Western intelligence agencies using their satellite networks to track and image and record all of these munition movements, and then they know the coordinates. They just have to get this intelligence into the hands of the Ukrainians. It has to be Ukrainian soldiers typing in the GPS coordinates in the HIMARS system, and they have to be the ones hitting the fire button. But all of the intelligence is being gathered from Western satellites, so there's nowhere inside Ukraine, I think, that Russian commanders or Russian munition supplies will be able to hide from these HIMARS. Here's an article from July 8th where the United States announced its 15th round of military aid, bringing their total in direct aid to $7 billion. Much more money has been appropriated. It just takes time in order to purchase it, wrap it up, and ship it over there, basically. And this latest assistance package was worth $400 million. Here's the tweet from Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin announcing what's in the package, and it's 4 more of these HIMARS systems. They currently have, I think, either 4 or 8, and this new package will bring them up to 12. Additional ammunition for the HIMARS. These are the medium-range, GPS-guided, very precise, deadly missiles. It's unclear how many missiles Ukraine has to use, but ideally, if we can keep resupplying them, they'll keep using them on good targets. Additionally, Ukraine needs more 155 artillery rounds. They're still using their M777 howitzers that they got, I think, almost 2 months ago. Here's a tweet from President Zelensky, truly grateful to the American president and the American people for continuing effective support of Ukraine in countering Russia's aggression. More HIMARS and 155mm shells are our priority needs. It is what helps us to press off the enemy. We appreciate the American support. Let's go to victory together. So a lot of people, I think, in the comments section have griped about how few HIMARS systems have been given, 4 or 8, soon to be 12. But it really doesn't need to be more than this, because I think the limiting factor will be the number of GPS-guided missiles. If they have 12 HIMARS systems that can fire 6 missiles in a cartridge, and let's say each truck does 2 cartridges a night, 12 times 12 is 144 GPS-guided missiles with a range of either 70 kilometers, and I'm thinking eventually they're going to get the 300-kilometer range missiles as long as they promise not to strike inside Russian territory. But 12 times 12 is 144. 144 a night is going to be probably more than Russia can handle. So this number of 12 is a good start, but they can always be given more. So just looking at the battlefield, I don't see the advantage that Russia has as this war drags on potentially for another 6 months. All of the territory that they've taken, they destroyed to take it. So they destroyed the bridges, they destroyed the towns. The troops currently occupying Severodonetsk and Lysychansk, they don't have electricity, they don't have running water. Winter is coming. This war is not going to be over anytime soon. And these HIMARS systems are going to continue targeting command posts and ammunition depots. One individual missile is probably too important just to strike on an artillery position or an individual tank, but this levels the playing field as we can slow down Russia's momentum. The Ukrainians have to get more traditional artillery pieces. They have to get their own supply lines in order to start pushing the Russians back. But winter is coming for Russia, and I don't see their strategic advantage, which they've had up to this point, getting any better. It's interesting, though, looking at who currently operates the HIMARS system. Once again, this is American-made by Lockheed Martin, and we can see what countries already currently have them, and Romania currently has the HIMARS system. So whether or not Romania wants to share any of their launchers or any of their missiles, perhaps the 300-kilometer variants, that's up to Romania. Other countries that currently have it, Singapore, the United Arab Emirates, Jordan. But look at the future operators, the people that are looking to buy it now, seeing how effective it's been just this week. We've got purchase orders or plans from Poland, Australia, Taiwan, Canada, Hungary, the Netherlands, Qatar, the Philippines, and Sweden. Poland alone announced that they want to buy 500 of these HIMARS launchers from Lockheed Martin. That is absolutely incredible. So if the purchases are being made, the orders are being filled, perhaps some of these Eastern European countries will feel more confident letting go some of their Soviet-era legacy systems, donate them to Ukraine now, and then eventually they'll get their orders filled. Additionally, if Poland can get any of these HIMARS systems in the near term, maybe they can just immediately donate it for Ukraine's use in the short term. To wrap up this video, I want to share this clip of captured and destroyed Russian armor on display in the capital city of Warsaw. I personally think this is actually pretty genius, and more Russian armor, more Russian war machines should be shipped abroad. I think that they should have destroyed Russian armor, Russian tank, Russian missiles on display in every major city in the Western world, so that ordinary people can get that sense of how real it is, how real the threat or danger that Russia poses to their neighbors, especially, but in Europe in general. I don't think that this aggression in any way can be justified by any rational person. And this war will come to an end someday, and it's not going to turn out well for Russia. The West sees the danger, they understand it, and Russia's collapse, in my opinion, it just is a matter of time. So in the meantime, let's keep wishing best and giving all the support we can for Ukraine. Unfortunately, it's their country currently being destroyed, and it's their people on the front lines fighting this battle for the West. Okay, everyone, that's all for this update video. If you found it informative, give me a thumbs up. Really helps out with the channel. If you have any comments or questions, let me know down below. I love hearing from you guys. Till the next video, take care, be safe.